Hey, what up, fam? Thank you for joining me for another episode of Chrissy Cooks, where we're helping inexperienced cooks create dishes that they are proud of. Today on Chrissy Cooks, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious and flavorful peach cobbler. It's very simple. If you want to see how I do it, stay tuned. First, we have 2 cans of peaches. I have peach halves and peach slices. Now the halves, I couldn't find another can of slices, so I just cut those up to be uniform with the peach slices. Now I did go ahead and drain one of the cans, and the second can I'm going to use the peaches and the juice. So I'm going to pour those in my pan, and I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove on to medium high, because eventually we want these peaches to start boiling. Now to these peaches, I'm going to add some cinnamon. Now I can't tell you how much to add. It's all according to your taste. I want to say I added about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Add how much you like. Now also I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. I'm going to go ahead and eyeball this, guys. That's about 1 teaspoon and 2 teaspoons. Now I'm going to get out my trusty big spoon. Y'all know I love my big spoon now. I'm going to get my big spoon and I'm going to give this a mix. As you can see, that syrup is rather thin. We're going to thicken it up just a little bit in just a second. Now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar. Now, if you like your peach cobbler a little sweeter, you're more than welcome to add more sugar or any sugar at all. I want to go ahead and break up this brown sugar and get it mixed in so that it can go ahead and dissolve in the juice. Now what I'm going to do is try to thicken this up just ever so slightly. I'm going to take about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of cornstarch, and I'm going to add some of that juice that's in my pot to the cornstarch so that I can help it to start dissolving. What you don't want to do is add your cornstarch straight into your pan or your pot, because all it's going to do is clump. Just take some of that juice and get you a fork and try to beat as many of those lumps as you can out of it. The rest of the small lumps will eventually dissolve in your pot. Once you have removed as many lumps as you can, go ahead and add that cornstarch mixture to your pot and give it another mix with my big spoon, of course. I love that spoon, y'all. Now, even though I'm trying to break up some of those little lumps of cornstarch, they'll eventually dissolve in your pot. And as you can see, it's starting to slightly thicken. We don't want it too thick, just a little thick. So once it comes to a boil like this, you're going to give it one last mix and then move it from the eye. See how thick your sauce has gotten? Or your juice, your syrup, it's gotten just ever so thick to where it coats your spoon. So now just go ahead and move it from the eye, and we'll start on our next step. Right here we have an aluminum pan because y'all know I'm all about not doing dishes. So when I'm done with this, it can go in the trash. We're going to add 1 stick of salted butter to your pan. And then we're just going to take that pan and stick it into our 350 degree preheated oven until it melts completely. Now while we're waiting for that to melt, we're going to go ahead and start on our batter for our crust. In a medium-sized bowl, go ahead and add 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And to that all-purpose flour, we're going to add 1 1/4 cup of milk. Now, I don't know what I thought I was doing with this big old spoon trying to mix this up because it just wasn't happening. Okay? So, also we're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. That's going to help this batter rise up and hug those peaches. And off camera, I did add a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. You don't want your batter too sweet because your peaches are already super sweet. So you just want to get a little sweetness to your batter. So I got my whisk finally, and I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. It's going to be the consistency of pancake batter, or maybe a little thinner than pancake batter. So once you have mixed that up completely, getting rid of as many lumps as you possibly can, then we're just going to set that to the side, and we're going to go ahead and grab out our pan from the oven where our butter has been melting in. It's going to look like this. So to that butter, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our prepared batter for our crust. We're going to aim for the middle so that the butter can spread out throughout the dish. Now it's going to be super duper tempting for you to go in and mix that butter with that batter. Resist temptation, guys. This is a dump dessert. You're making everything and you're just dumping it in and letting it do its thing. So do not mix. And this is what it's going to look like. So then you're going to go ahead and grab your peaches and, of course, my big spoon. And you're going to spoon your peaches over top your batter and butter and just place them where you want them to go. The reason, you could have easily just taken the pot and poured it in, but you want to place your peaches in with your spoon so you can, spread them out to make sure that there is a bite of peaches throughout your dish. So just spread them out so that they'll be, equally distributed throughout your cobbler. If you see a corner that doesn't have any peaches, then you just add some over there. That way, because being that you cannot mix it, you don't want to just dump it in there because you might have a whole corner that has nothing. And wherever it lies, that's where it's going to stay because you cannot mix it. Now once you've placed your peaches throughout your dish and placed them where you wanted them to go and made sure that no part of your crust is going to be naked, then you're just going to take that juice that's left over in your pan and you're going to drizzle it all over the top of your cobbler. Try to get some juice everywhere so that it can soak into that delicious batter that you've created, and then it's going to flavor that batter as well. Now you're going to put this into your 350 degree preheated oven for about 40 to 45 minutes or until it's golden brown. And when you take this out of your oven, you're going to have something that looks like this right here. Golden brown and delicious. Now those corners, y'all, that right there is the business. Get you a piece with the corners. Nice and crispy and it's flavorful. It's soaked up all that good juice. Now this is a dish that you can be very proud of, that you can serve for the holidays. You can take it to a company party. If you have somewhere that you need to bring something, this is easily done in no time and you can be on your way. Now take a look at what you've just created and be proud of it. Doesn't that look delicious, guys? It looks exactly how it tastes. Flavorful, delicious, simple ingredients that you already have in your cabinet. Thank you guys for joining me for another episode of Chrissy Cooks. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified for any upcoming videos that I may upload. If there is any recipes that you'd like to see me do, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. I want to thank you again, guys, and until next time, peace.